how do you, in other words, is there a painful, perfect dismount, a perfect landing? No, it's a crash landing. To me, as a crash landing is virtually guaranteed. How you crash the economy is important, because if you crash the economy appropriately, which would be I call it a grand reconciliation of asset prices. You listen, asset prices have no business. So home prices, for example, have no business being 7.5 times your income. Just unsustainable. It's just unaffordable. You've locked out first-time home buyers. So if home prices are unaffordable, what's the resolution? Well, you could bring interest rates down to zero, but that's not really going to help you in the long run, because when interest rates are zero, people just pile in. Everybody bought 5 houses post the pandemic, and they did the same thing in the aughts. So the real solution is to let the market forces work to cleanse a cathartic purging of these excesses. Bonds we shouldn't have $17 trillion of negative yielding debt. Bonds should be offering 1 or 2 percentage points above inflation. So, 5%, 6%. Bond sounds right to me. Should never go back to zero ever again. The Fed's balance sheet should never have gone from $4.5 trillion pre-pandemic to $9 trillion. It's a massive deformation of markets. The stock market should never be 100, was at the high 200% of GDP in the start of 2022. The stock market should be more like 70%. The valuation of stocks as compared to GDP. So if you let the market function, and as slowly and carefully as you bring those assets back into reconciliation with the free market, then you'll have a lasting recovery on the other end. In other words, I think the best thing for us is to have a very deep, trenchant, sharp depression, wring out all the excesses, stop the bull crap with the interest rate manipulation, let markets function, and then we'll have a real economy on the other side of this. If we don't do that, and I highly doubt that's going to happen, we're going to relive these boom bust cycles over and over again, and they will grow more intense